Well, maybe we'll just slowly step into this. My name's Geoff O'Keefe. I am the Executive Director of Zen Peacemakers. And hopefully you're all familiar with Zen Peacemakers, but if not, we'd love to have you go to the website and become a member. It's free. There's no qualifications. There's no secret handshake. It takes about 30 seconds. But even if you don't do that, at least sign up for the newsletter. We put out a newsletter once a week, and you can see in advance our activities and the programs that we offer. We have programs like this at least once a week. We do online way of counsel at least once a week, and more. There's quite a bit that's going on. And because I'm the executive director, it's my role to say that we offer everything we do is free, other than our in-person street retreats and bearing witness retreats at Auschwitz and Alabama and the Black Hills and elsewhere. So all of these programs are free. That being said, we welcome, encourage, and will love your support if you can help in any way. If you've got the means and the wherewithal and the inclination to support us at the website with the donation. So I'll leave it at that. I'm delighted today. We've got Roshi Steven Mugen Snyder as our guest, and Mugen and I have had a chance to just chat a little bit and get to know one another. And it's always wonderful to do that and find these 1 degree of separation connections that go back, in our case, 50 years. And so that was delightful. So Mugen's going to talk on the love and kindness that we all need right now. And the title alone is just really rich and touches my heart. So I'm so happy we're going to have this conversation. And I'm going to mind the door and let people in and turn this over to Mugen to take the microphone, and I'll mute myself and step back. Thank you once again, everyone, for being here today.
Yeah, thanks, Sean, for being here. We appreciate it very much in the invitation. So I'll do a brief introduction. There's some folks here who probably don't know me. As was reported, my name is Steven Mugen Snyder Roshi, and I've been practicing for about 50 years in the Zen tradition, also about 20 years in the Theravadan tradition, and maybe 5 years in Tibetan Buddhism. I'm authorized as a Theravadan teacher as well as a Zen teacher. I've written about 6 books. The one today will be relevant is called Buddha's Heart. It's a book on the practices that are called the Brahmaviharas in Theravada Buddhism, which translates as the divine abodes. And they're really the heart qualities of the Absolute, which is the source of all materiality and manifestation. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to talk very briefly about the 3 tenets of the Zen Peacemakers and how they relate to the Brahmaviharas. And then I'm going to offer a guided meditation where we'll move through each of the Brahmaviharas, because I'd like to open it to where there's a strong possibility that each of you can make direct contact with each of these qualities of the Absolute for yourself. And I think that will speak and be more impactful than just words about it. All right, so the Zen Peacemakers have 3 tenets for approaching life or challenges of life. The first is not knowing. And not knowing is a very fundamental approach, or not knowing mind is very key to the Zen tradition. And this is really the same as saying beginner's mind. So it's not assuming we know the answer. It's holding open the question. It's being open to judgment, to not moving into judgment, not moving into conclusion. It's leaving things in a more relaxed state. Because when we do that, we can often penetrate more. Then often our judgments are more surface. So part of the not knowing is also dropping beneath just our normal story of me, really feeling, intuiting what's happening in our perception. The intuitive knowing is part of the development that's expected and does occur in the practices of the Zen tradition. The second tenet is bearing witness. Now, bearing witness is once we have that not knowing mind, then when we witness, we're being present, we're being in an undivided oneness with what we're observing. And this is also, we're still bringing in the not knowing. So bearing witness, we're not trying to move to conclusion or judgment. We're trying to stay open. We're trying to witness what's happening. And then the third tenet is compassionate action. So informed action based upon not knowing, based upon bearing witness. Then we allow the absolute to move in a way that informs our action or our conclusions. So I'm going to lead you through a guided meditation now where we'll touch into the Brahmaviharas, which are, there's 5 practices that I teach in relation to Brahmaviharas. The first is innate goodness, which is that inherent goodness we can witness in nature, we can witness in infants, whether human or animal. It's the goodness that they just radiate. They're not trying to impress us. They're not trying to have us reach the conclusion they're good. They just are good. They're being good. And it's the beingness is what innate goodness is pointing to. The practices, Brahmaviharas, are upekkha, which translates as equanimity. Equanimity is about accepting the truth of the moment. So that means we're fully being present and open to what's happening. You can see that this relates both to the not knowing and the bearing witness tenets of the Zen Peacemakers. The next Brahmavihara is karuna, which translates as compassion. Now, compassion is sometimes taught that we invite compassion to take away suffering, remove it. In actuality, the compassion of the Absolute is a tender, loving support. So we're with a difficult situation, and by being aware of, bearing witness to the difficulty, to the dukkha, we call it, the suffering, the dissatisfactoriness, by being with that with as much openness as possible, that invites the Absolute, tender, loving support to come in. The third Brahmavihara is mudita. Mudita translates as empathetic joy. This is pointing to the unity aspect, the non-duality aspect of the Absolute. So when we're in the quality, the function of mudita, there's no separation between ourselves and others. So when we witness someone's happiness or success in life, we literally feel it as though it is our own. So we have the joy and excitement for them that they probably have for themselves. And then finally, metta is the fourth Brahmavihara, which is unborn, unconditioned love. This is the love of the Absolute that's always available to us. Each of us is completely loved exactly as we are, and we've always been loved exactly as we are. So this is a very profound component. And moving to the compassionate aspect tenet, we're going to have both the love, the metta. We may have the mudita. If there's success, we can resonate with and amplify. There's karuna, compassion. So that will inform our action as well. And so you can see this combination works when we're in touch with these Brahmaviharas. They get activated and they begin to naturally arise in relation to what's happening in life. I've had the wonderful experience of being in situations that were stressful. I didn't know how to respond. My cognitive process, my conceptual process couldn't figure out exactly what was happening and how I should respond. And so I was still in the bearing witness and not knowing stage. And by acknowledging, I don't know what to do here, opening to the dukkha allowed the appropriate Brahmavihara to arise. And when I could feel the felt sense of that Brahmavihara, I knew what to do. I knew what compassionate action to take. So a lot of this in working with the three tenets is getting out of our own way, not assuming we know, not assuming we're right, not assuming our perspective is the right perspective. We need to step back from all of that. So let's do a little meditation together. Go ahead and seat yourself in your meditation posture, letting yourself relax deeply into your seat. Invite awareness to fully arrive in this moment, letting go of whatever's capturing your attention. That's not this moment. Feel your contact with the floor. Feel the support of the building you're in, holding you, keeping you safe. We're going to start by inviting awareness to the belly. In the belly, we have a energy center that we call the hara in the Zen tradition. It's about 2 finger breaths below the navel and 2 or 3 finger breaths in from the surface of the skin. For some people, there's a natural sense of grounding they feel in the hara. For others, there's a vast spaciousness. Or there could be some other experience. Just be fully with whatever's here for you. If you can, breathe into the hara. And we're going to start by applying upekkha, equanimity. So just deeply accept this moment, this breath. Relaxing any resistance, relaxing any desire to get anywhere. Just fully accept where you are right now. We're not trying to get rid of thought. We're just not going to the thoughts. Let them float across your awareness like clouds floating in the sky. And just maintain a tone of acceptance. Whatever is arising in your perception or experience, Simply accept. You don't have to judge. You don't have to decide if you like or dislike. Just accept. You may be feeling a deeper relaxation settling into your body, ease. That was without fully leaving the hara, invite awareness to the heart area, the chest cavity. Let awareness fully open in the chest cavity. We're not specifically making contact with our human heart, but the heart of the Absolute. In the heart chakra, we can encounter karuna, compassion. Karuna has a tender quality to it, a soft and suppleness. And if you're experiencing or witnessing something that seems difficult, challenging, frustrating, without trying to fix it or change it, be as close to that dukkha as possible. So this is also bearing witness to our own suffering, our own dukkha, or the dukkha we witness in the world. As you're intimate with the dukkha, the tenderness will begin to arise. Very gently, tenderly supporting our ability to be with what may be challenging. And again, we're bearing witness and we're maintaining a not-know mind. I don't exactly know what the dukkha is. I don't exactly know what to do about it. But I can be intimate with the dukkha. Just let yourself be tender and open. You stay with the not knowing, the don't know mind. I can feel the dukkha, the challenge, the difficulty. And tenderness is coming in to help hold, support our contact with the dukkha of life. Maintaining a little awareness in the hara and the acceptance of upekkha. Maintaining a little awareness in the heart chakra and the tenderness of compassion. Invite awareness to the center of the forehead. This is called the wisdom eye in Theravada Buddhism and the Dharma eye in the Zen tradition. If possible, breathe in to the wisdom eye. It can be common to feel a certain pressure, like a thumb pressing on the wisdom eye. Or we can perceive a kind of energy movement, a swirling of energy, perhaps, or perhaps nothing at all. Any of these is just fine. Resting in the wisdom eye, we open to mudita, to empathetic joy. Notice if you're in touch with the quality of unity of the Absolute, the oneness, the indivisibility, to feel that self and other are not different, are not separate. Just let yourself feel that unity, the undivided wholeness of the Absolute. We're still with the not knowing of attendance. And we're bearing witness. We're meeting life with curiosity. Take in the undivided wholeness. Self and other are in a unity, like waves on the ocean. Seemingly separate, still a oneness. For some of you, the quality of unity is present. Just recognize if that's here. It's characterized by a sense of wholeness, a wholeness that can't be divided. If you bring to mind an individual in your life who's experiencing some success or joy at this stage of life, feel the resonance in you, the uplifting joy, the pure happiness with nothing sticky, no personality grabbing, just pure joy at the other's happiness. While maintaining a little awareness in the hara, the heart chakra, and the wisdom eye, invite awareness to the top of the head, to the crown chakra. This is an important portal. In Theravada Buddhism, the journeying to distant realms, the formless jhanas and other formless realms, happens because consciousness and awareness depart through the crown chakra to enter into the realms. Sense into this important portal. Some of you may be experiencing a quality of pure love flowing in and out of the crown chakra. This is the unconditioned love of the Absolute that loves each of us fully and completely. The Absolute doesn't care about what you've done, what mistakes you've made. It simply loves all beings equally. without preference or hierarchy. You have that pure love, that pure metta. Flowing in and opening in your awareness and consciousness. Be willing to open as fully as possible to this love. Let yourself fully take in this unconditioned, unborn love. By being unborn, the love is always present. By being unconditioned, there's nothing we can do to gain it or lose it, which means it's always present. Maintaining a little awareness in the hara, heart chakra, wisdom eye and crown chakra. Invite awareness to an area about 18 inches or half a meter above the crown chakra, called the universal chakra. You'll know it when you make contact because it will feel very neutral, objective. It won't have completely the scent or fragrance view. The universal chakra is a kind of energetic go-between between our normal world, the world of perception and manifestation, and the absence, the emptiness, the void of the absolute. Those of you with inner sight may be seeing a vast, brilliant brightness. Brightest, shiniest cloud you've ever seen. So brilliant, it's even hard to look at. Open to the bright, brilliant brightness that's here. Some of you may not be seeing it, but you may have a felt sense, a kind of presence in your awareness. This beautiful, fluffy, cloud-like body of love. Be willing to receive. Be willing to be open. Feel the love just beaming down on you in this moment. Feel that you are completely loved. There's no part of you that's not loved by the Absolute. You might feel there are places that feel broken or damaged in you, or maybe you feel unworthy of receiving this love. Those are all stories. They're not real. They're ideas only. Be willing to put down these ideas. Be open with curiosity and not knowing. Bearing witness to your direct experience. Maybe noticing your awareness moving towards and into this brilliant brightness, this fluffy, pure cloud of unconditioned love. Just know this has always been present. You've always been loved exactly as you are. You've been loved completely. Be willing to take this love in. Be willing for it to contact whatever in you needs this love in this moment. For some people, it may feel like waves of love washing over them. For others, it can be like a gentle rain. However it's appearing to you is just fine. The importance is to surrender control. Stop doing and just be in the vastness of this perfect love. Let awareness move deeper into this brilliancy, is pure love. We enter more deeply by surrendering control, relaxing any doing, any desire to get anywhere is softened. Of control. Let the love carry you, hold you, embrace you in this moment. Sit in silence together for about 15 minutes, and then I'll ring the bell. So ideally, this is the place where we would choose what compassionate action to take. I'm going to open it up for any comments or questions that you have, but you can raise your electronic hand or unmute yourself. Or we can sit some more if that's preferred. So how was it to practice with the Brahmaviharas and the three tenets? Good.
For any that don't know, there is a raise hand prompt down under React at the bottom of your screen.
Rincho?
Yes, that's the first time that I brought the Zen Peacemakers order tenets into my meditation. And it was the recognition of how perfectly they dovetail with the Brahmaviharas, which I've been working with a lot. The tenet that's always a little tricky is to take what is the right action, to take that action.
Right.
And I think bringing that into the Brahmavihara meditations would be very helpful. So I think they're great partners.
Good. Yeah, I feel the same. Thanks for sharing. Shindo?
Similar. I have not really worked with the Zen Peacemaker tenets, and I found that really helpful. I often feel sort of overwhelmed by what's going on in the world.
Mhm.
I feel like this is a really skillful, lovely way to be with that suffering and to kind of use wisdom to proceed. So thank you.
And also it's important to recognize we're not going to be perfect. We're not going to come up with the right answer all the time. Sometimes our action will be inadequate. It will be not welcome. It will be perceived as something other. And that's part of the process. This isn't about perfection. It's about bringing our fullness. And with the connectivity with what's being witnessed, we do our best. Mary?
And I have one question about what happened to me in the practice. Can you still hear me?
I can.
Thank you. Back a few years ago, I was in a prolonged period of meditation and study, and I began to see a circle in what felt like my third eye. Every time I meditated, it would begin to form, and it was mostly always a teal blue with maybe a circle of pink in it, and it was very consistent with me. And I was wondering what that was about.
How did it impact you?
I'm sorry.
How did it impact you when it was present?
I'm still not clear about the question. I have a hearing,
Sure.
and I need. Okay, I'm
Sure.
gonna.
How did it impact you? How was it for you when it was present? What was your reaction?
Oh, I felt completely at one with everything.
Okay. Then that's indicating it's a unity experience, which is one of the realizations we can have is the absolute can fully experience the oneness in us. And we happen to be there at the same time. So it's a lovely thing to do. And this is experience, and this is part of the indivisibility. This is why when we're bearing witness and we're choosing compassion and action, if there's a oneness, then it makes us more skillful because we're attending, we're offering compassion to ourselves in the form of another being or another situation. So it sounds like a very helpful, beneficial experience for you.
It certainly was, but it doesn't happen anymore.
Well, the unity can still be there. Sometimes it shows in a way to let us know something new is happening. Once we integrate it, we may not need the visual cue anymore.
All right, maybe I'm getting my practice off the cushion a little bit more.
Sounds good.
Thank you for this. This has just been a wonderful experience for me, and I hope to join the Peacemakers because I'm already part of them. I just haven't been with you all before, so.
Sure. And just to share, I am doing a day-long Sunday online on Zoom called Living from the Authentic Heart, which will be doing a deep dive into the Brahmaviharas. And that's a Dana event online. You can find on my website, awakeningdharma.org, if you would like to practice a little more.
Say your website again, please.
awakeningdharma.org.
A Dharma with an H or Dhamma?
With an H.
Okay, thank you. I will hope to do that.
Sounds good. Anybody else? How did it land for you? Margarita.
Hello, everybody. Hi, Mugen.
Hi, nice to see you.
Yeah. Thank you for this theory from below. First of all, glad to be here. And I want to share an interesting experience. I was, the experience that came up for me was feeling a friend who is going through some difficult times right now, and it has to do with sickness and death of a parent for my friend. And
Oops. I guess she dropped off. She's calling from Moscow, so the internet's not always stable.
yes, yeah,
Oh,
I'm
there
back.
you are. Okay, good.
I'm back. And the curiosity of the experience was, I was feeling of course, the pain, but also the compassion arising for that situation. And also in the mudita and the unity experience of mudita, that same situation was coming up in a strange way that I felt it's a situation that, like in a normal situation, it would be weird to feel joyful for. But then the joy that was coming up was not like a kind of a happy excitement, but that that I know appreciation for the depth of the experience that this friend, this family is going through, though it's super painful and super like throws everyone into the unknown. But I was feeling, yeah, like I know maybe the joy for the lessons and the deepening
Sure.
that these people are going through, and I'm close with this person, so I'm feeling that too. So it was interesting how both karuna and mudita, compassion and joy, they're like interplaying, and
Right.
they were unifying with each other in a way.
Right. Now, I'm really glad you brought that up. That's really an important point, that even if we're in very difficult situations, sometimes just simply having that unimpeded contact with the absolute has a kind of joy or resonance in itself. We feel more the oneness and connectivity, and that has a certain joy. Again, even if you're dealing with something really hard. So to say it's not like these are only show up one at a time. They're all part of the whole. They're all part of the unconditioned, unborn love of metta. To me, they're just differentiated expressions. But if we can have direct contact, if we can have experiential contact with them like you're talking about, then you can pick up and see, well, that's interesting. Mudita's here with compassion. And like for me, when I talked about that happened to me, I had a situation where, well, like your situation, and I wasn't sure how to respond. I just sort of froze for a minute. And that's when the Brahmaviharas advanced in a way. And so the oneness is there, and that could feel like, oh, okay, here I get it, of what to do. And again, we have to be open to the fact we may get it wrong. But if our heart's in the right place, if we're trying to connect, we're trying to offer compassionate action, that's what's most important. And if we do it wrong, then we can go to the karuna and say, gee, I'm really sorry. I was intending to do this, and it ended up as that. And so we're always refining. We're not assuming we have the right answer or that we have superior knowledge. And that's important as well. Yeah. Nice to see you. Anybody else?
Yeah, I feel like the bearing witness. I feel like that's where I feel the Brahmaviharas the most, and that the tenets, especially upekkha and compassion. Really, really all of them, I guess, are there. And I feel like the not knowing, it just feels more like absence. I mean,
Part of the not knowing, the importance of it is we need to unplug from that part of us that says, I know.
yeah,
I know how to fix things. I'm in charge. I'm superior. There's a little bit of a hierarchy in it. And that's what the not knowing affords. And also with not knowing, we go from maybe seeing 2 possibilities to maybe having 10 possibilities. So it opens the range up of action as well. So that's where that's really important to do. And it gets us out of the conceptual, our usual way.
I feel like not knowing kind of is helpful for opening to the Brahmaviharas, maybe in general. Like I've used it for Pekka in particular, but I think maybe all of them, it's very helpful.
Yeah, absolutely. Because all of these we can talk about, we have a concept about, we have an idea about. So that's going to be the first default we go to. And we want to drop beneath that and be with the not knowing, because that also lets the absolute work in a new way through us. That's what I mean. We can see more avenues for action or more choice points if we're coming from not knowing. I think there's also humility, which is important to me in terms of meeting someone to, I'm not exactly sure. I'm not superior. I'm human too. So there's a meeting there in our humanity that I think is important.
Yeah, and the loving action I think is really interesting too, because a lot of times with the Brahmaviharas, it feels like, I don't want to say they're passive, but the way we practice with them is kind of passive. And then to think about, I don't think they're inherently passive though. I think they're passive and active. And so,
well, we could say they're somewhat passive when we practice with the category of beings.
Yeah.
Benefactor, neutral person, complex person, etc. But when we're talking about being in the world or being in your life and something happens, that's more about the engagement of the Brahmaviharas in our daily life and in our dukkha.
Yeah. Thank you.
Great. Thanks for sharing. Daishin.
Yeah, thank you very much for that meditation and the teachings. I kind of connected with the one of the resistances, the anxiety about the uncontrollability of life. Yeah, and sticking with the not knowing kind of. And being with that beautiful not knowing, it kind of just helps to kind of ease, to smooth out that resistance. Yeah, so I thought very.
Yeah, and that really is, it's more a personality reaction that we want to help, but we don't want to get it wrong, and we don't want to do it in a way where we get judged or we are incompetent. There's some constellation around that, which is why with the not knowing, again, we drop beneath the personality stuff and the conceptual stuff, and we get to just the felt sense of what's going on. So we're meeting the field directly rather than trying to go through our go-to list of actions or, the sort of common things people will say. I mean, how often is there a tragedy and people say, well, thoughts and prayers with you? And I know people mean it, but it's become so overused in some ways that it doesn't feel too authentic anymore when that's shared. So I think the not knowing lets us move into that. We'll go. We got a few minutes. Let's do a little innate goodness practice. We didn't touch on that too much. Just real quickly, again, innate goodness is the goodness that we see in infants, whether human or animal, whether they're not trying to be good, they just are. And so just start with some belly breaths. Just close your eyes, relax into your seat. Just recall a time when you're around a being. Maybe an infant, a puppy, kitten, a baby, human baby. And just seeing their radiating goodness. And as you recall this memory, just feel the resonance in your heart area. Innate goodness has a kind of light buoyancy to it, a warm flow. It's like putting our hand into the stream. If we want to feel the current, we need to keep the hand open. If we close it, we often can't feel the flow anymore. So just relax into the innate goodness, opening, letting it radiate from your heart chakra throughout consciousness. That uplifting optimism, buoyant goodwill, the warm, embrace and flow. Just receive. Take it in. And with the Brahmaviharas, we don't broadcast to other people. We fill until we begin to overflow. And the overflow will radiate to all beings everywhere. The felt sense of innate goodness feels stable to you. You can drop the memory or picture of the other being and just rest awareness directly in innate goodness. Let go of any identity you're feeling right now. Let go of any position you feel you're holding. Relax all doing. Just be innate goodness in this moment. A number of you, the innate goodness is building. beginning to flow, to outflow. Stay with your contact and not knowing. Just let the innate goodness flow as it needs. I want to thank you all for coming today. I really appreciate your presence, and thanks to the Zen Peacemakers for giving me this opportunity to spend time here. I really enjoyed the day and look forward to connecting with you all at some point in the future.
Thank you so much, Mugen. This was wonderful, wonderful hour and a half. And thank you all for being with us today. And when we hope to see you again at another program. Do be sure to subscribe to the newsletter so you know what we're doing. We're quite active, so we'd love to see you all again. Thank you, everyone. Have a good day. Take care of yourself. Take care of somebody else.
Sounds good.